Hey everybody, happy Tech Tip Tuesday and Happy New Year. We sure missed all of you. Hope you had a wonderful holiday and a very happy new year. I'm excited to be in this all new UX, and we are going to bring you some tips about texting via voice. I'm waiting for Eric to join us, and we will be able to go along for a drive. Now, of course, if Eric can't join us, I can't drive and do texting via voice and hold the camera. So I need to grow a few more arms for that one. But I hope that you are excited about tuning in for texting with CarPlay and Bluetooth. Now, if you notice, we did say that we're using Siri for both, and we are. Now, if you have an Android phone, you can use the mobile assistant via Bluetooth to do texting with Android. It functions a little bit differently, and the replies are going to be you might have a reply that's from a quick list, and they're editable, which I believe we had a video on as well. And if we don't, or if it's out of date, we'll be happy to make a new one. But if it really depends on your settings and the type of phone that you have, if you're using an Android. So keep in mind that texting with Siri is an Apple only product. So we're talking about iPhones today and Apple CarPlay. So if you have questions about Android phones, please let us know and we'll be happy to put that in a tech tip for you. I want to give you a little bit of a look at this UX that I'm sitting in and show you the button that we're going to be using for texting via voice. All right, check it out. All right, so here we are. This is a non-navigation UX. It's our newest SUV or compact utility vehicle in this case. So it's awesome for urban environments, really easy to make great turns, tight turns, easy for parking. What we're going to be doing with Siri is a little different than what we've taught you before, because previously we were using the telephone button to do texting with Siri. Now all of your voice commands are with the voice command button. If you are doing car voice commands, so native onboard voice commands, you're going to just do click and release. As my friend Wade likes to say, click the face, wait for the beep. When you're using the mobile assistant for Siri, you're going to push and hold. So that's the main difference. So now if you have a vehicle where Siri is in your telephone button, remember that it's the off hook button. If you're in a vehicle that has an off hook button and an on hook button, so it's off the hook or it's on the hook, depending on your vehicle, you will use the telephone button, which is the answer button, or you will use the voice command button. So if you're not quite sure which one you have, let us know. We're happy to help you with that. But these newest vehicles that have this Generation 10 style computer, we've gone to all voice commands in the voice command button, including mobile assistant Siri. Hi, Chris. Hi, Danielle. Thank you for watching. So we want to make sure that you know how to do all of these goodies. And I want to just show you a little bit about this type of screen, because this is, again, a non-navigation vehicle. So we're going to have Apple CarPlay available on the screen by plugging in. We're going to be using an authentic Apple cord. They now have all different sizes of Apple cords, so you can get the one that you need depending on where your plug-in is located and where you're putting your phone. And we want to make sure that it's a real Apple cord. Let me explain that. Oh, here's Eric. Hi, everybody. Here he is. Well, hey, Happy New Year.
How hard it is to find someone when you need them. Happy New Year, Tech Tippers.
Yeah, we were just talking about that with Apple CarPlay.
Yes.
You need an authentic Apple cord. So we're just going to make
Oh, you're going over the
sure
OEM cord that you have there?
We are. And the reason you need that is because you need it to transmit data, not just charge. So there are a lot of USB type cords out there that all look the same, but it doesn't mean that they are. So before you plug in, you are going to see projection on the top left corner. That's how you know that this is an Apple CarPlay compatible vehicle. Keep that in mind as well. If your car does not say projection, then it just means it's not equipped with Apple CarPlay.
Right.
Some are, some aren't. It's no big deal. It's just one more option of operating the system. Now we're going to do texting with CarPlay and with Bluetooth because it is a little bit different.
Okay.
Okay. The steps are basically the same, but I want people to understand that it looks different on the screen. So we're going to pair Eric's phone really quickly.
Okay.
So in the UX, we're going to be using our touchpad. We're going to do menu, and then we're going to do setup. And now we're going on the left-hand side to our menu. We want Bluetooth. We want to add a device. Excellent. Now we're going to Eric's iPhone. We went to settings. We're going to Bluetooth, and we need to find it. When it pops up, select UX or whichever device name you see. We want to allow for the pairing, and now we want to make sure that we allow texting, and it takes a little while for it to come through. On these new vehicles, you're going to see a message. Do you want to skip this step or not? Well, we don't. So we're going to turn on show notifications. I'd like to point out a few other settings that we've noticed sometimes with some of these updates, they get turned off. So Eric, if you'll go ahead, you can hit ignore right now for that app. And if you'll please click on Bluetooth at the top left corner, click on settings. We're going to notifications. And then we're going to make sure that it says show previews. If you'll click on that, we want to select always. Then we want to click notifications on the top left. We want to scroll down to messages. They are in alphabetical order. If you have lots and lots of apps, it's going to take a while. Lock screen must have a check mark by it. Slide down, allow notifications here needs to be turned on, and show previews always by default needs to be turned on.
Now, does that mean when someone texts me, it's going to show an example of what's going on?
Yes, it does. Now, you can try it on your vehicle and see if it will work without the previews being allowed.
Okay.
What we're noticing is that it doesn't, that the previews need to be allowed.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, one more. Click notifications, top left, settings, top left, and now we're going to do not disturb. Now, do not disturb is something that can accidentally get turned on. Just be aware of that. We want to make sure that you're not turning it on accident, but we want to make sure that if you need it, it says activate manually. There is an option if you click where it says manually, where it will activate when connected to car Bluetooth. We do not want this selected because that means if you're in the vehicle, it's going to automatically turn on do not disturb.
So if I get a call, it's going to say they're driving.
It
sends them a...
Exactly. And you can customize that. Now, there are some people who need that for their job. They don't allow any texting, even via voice. So if you need that setting, that's where it is. But if you don't, we want to make sure you have activate manually turned on. All right, we are good to go. So I am going to now have you plug in your iPhone so we can show what it looks like when we switch to CarPlay. So remember, it says projection. Now we need to allow CarPlay on the phone. We're going to click allow, and now it says Apple CarPlay on the screen. Now, if you're not able to get that to pop up, it just means you need to turn Apple CarPlay on in the settings on the car. So Eric, if you'll push menu, and this is in the general setting. So we're going to go to setup, and it defaults to general, and where it says Apple CarPlay, we're already turned on. We can turn it off if for any reason you're not going to want Apple CarPlay, but we do want to have that turned on. In some of the other vehicles, you just need to scroll to the bottom of the list to select Apple CarPlay and then turn it on. And there's that information telling you we have to connect to USB. Excellent. All right, so we are going to go to menu and we're going to select Apple CarPlay. And then we have Apple CarPlay, right on the vehicle. I'm going to give you the camera.
Yeah, let's do that.
And let's just show people obviously our messages are selected. These are our 3 most recently used apps. This is our home screen. So we can come down and select home if we want, but we want to send a text. So we're going to start driving, right? We promised they got to come on a drive with us.
Put my seatbelt on.
Put your seatbelt on, and we're sorry for the bouncing camera. We have technical difficulties.
We need a gyro
with
for Christmas.
Yes, we really do. Our gimbal camera holder is a goner. All right, love the dynamic backup lines on the UX that show my angle when I'm backing up, my intended path.
And this is the F-Sport version, which I absolutely love, with that
so
LFA-inspired bezel.
Love it.
The new switches, which is beautiful.
Speed bumps, speed bumps.
All right, so who are we going to text first?
We're going to text Ava. How do you have Ava in your phone? Just Ava or
Ava Win? Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right, now remember, I told them already that we're using our voice command button for everything. This is Siri. We are using Siri through CarPlay, so we're going to push and hold to get Siri through CarPlay. Send a text to Ava Win.
What do you want to say?
Hey Ava, Eric and I are driving the UX and texting you through Apple CarPlay. It's so cool! Exclamation point. We are loving it.
Your message to Ava 1 says, hey Ava, Eric and I are driving the UX and texting you through Apple CarPlay. It's so cool. We are loving it. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
So notice I had those options. When review was available, I could have used the touchpad, clicked review.
Right.
I can click change if I already know I made a mistake, or I could click send. But I like to do it all via voice with my hands on the wheel.
On the wheel.
All right, now we did prearrange to have Ava text us back, so hopefully she's still free and able to do that, but we may have had a guest arrive at the dealership. So if that happens, we will come up with somebody else to text.
That's right. Now, on our ride and drive here, the reason that we're doing this is a customer, Kathy, came into the store and she was wondering, she absolutely loves her new ES.
Love it.
Absolutely loves it. And she said, the only thing I want to do, oh, exactly, right here. See, Ava just texted us back.
Here's what I want you to notice. I am driving. It's already highlighted and ready. I can click my touchpad and it will play once it's there, or push and hold. Read my last text from Ava.
I found your most recent message from Ava 1. Hey guys, a waving hand emoji. That's incredible. I love Apple CarPlay too. A sunglasses face emoji. Enjoy this beautiful day with a sun emoji. Would you like to reply?
Yes.
What do you want to say?
Hey Ava, thanks so much, period. I wish we could voice text emojis back to you. I love that Siri reads emojis to us. Now I actually know what some of them mean. Ha ha ha.
Your message says, hey Ava, thanks so much. I wish we could voice text emojis back to you. I left it Siri reads emojis to US. Now I actually know what some of them mean. Ha ha ha. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
So Kathy was saying that she gets that display at the top, and so again, once Ava texts us back, if you're driving though, it's not going to let you read it. It will read it to you.
So you're talking about the Bluetooth version, because CarPlay will only read it to you. CarPlay is all via voice.
Gotcha.
So what we can do is we can unplug your phone.
Okay.
All right. So we're disconnecting.
We don't have
from
projection on
CarPlay,
now, but my
right?
car is still connected. I can see that from the top screen.
Exactly. So as soon as you unplug from CarPlay, you're reverting back to Bluetooth.
Okay.
So however it is that we're driving, whatever screen we have on will no longer be the CarPlay screen. But if I want to text Ava with Bluetooth and Siri, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Push and hold. Mobile assistant. Send a text to Ava Win.
What do you want to say?
Hey Ava, we're texting you with the mobile assistant now, period, using Bluetooth instead of plugged in with CarPlay, period. We want to make sure everyone sees the similarities and the differences, period. Could you please text us back?
Your message to Ava 1 says, hey Ava, we're texting you with the mobile assistant now, using Bluetooth instead of plugged in with CarPlay. We want to make sure everyone sees the similarities and the differences. Can you please text us back? Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
Okay, so very similar.
Very similar, and you don't have to talk like a robot.
Right.
And she can pick up really big information. Now go ahead and keep it on the screen, because when that text comes in, it's going to do what your guest said.
Okay.
When Kathy was saying that it was doing a drop down,
Okay.
here it is.
Yes.
All right, now it's gone,
It's
right?
gone.
It's a quick
It's there,
notification. It's similar to what happens on your phone. You get a notification and then it kind of fades out. So push and hold. Here are all my options. Read my last text. Read my last text from Ava. Read my texts. So if I'm getting 8 million texts, I can have her read all of them. And
Go through
each
them all.
time I can have an opportunity to reply. So let's just hear from Ava. Read my last text from Ava when?
I found your most recent message from Ava 1. Yes, of course. I would love to help. Have fun on the road. A smiley emoji. Pick me up some Starbucks. With a hot drink emoji. Would you like to reply?
Yes.
What do you want to say?
Awesome. We'll have to have Siri get us directions and use Apple Maps through Apple CarPlay together. Love it, period. Now, keep in mind, you could use Waze or Google Maps.
Your message says awesome. We'll have to have Siri get us directions and use Apple Maps through Apple CarPlay together. Love it. Now keep in mind you could use Waze or Google Maps. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
So, again, we've done none of this using our actual phone.
Right.
The only person using their phone is me safely filming.
Right.
Cinematographer.
Hands on the wheel.
Hands on the wheel. She's maintained her 3 and 9 position. You would pass any driving test.
Thank you.
And in this new UX, of course, we can turn on a dime anyway.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I love the turning radius.
Black
on this.
LX right there.
Beautiful.
Anyway, we see them all over the place. So that was all through Bluetooth texting.
Right.
And also the Apple CarPlay text.
Exactly. So it's just a little bit of a different functionality and appearance. Keep in mind, as soon as you plug in, that Bluetooth is no longer going to be what you're using. It just overrides it. You don't have to turn your Bluetooth off. You don't have to, forget a device. You don't have to do anything like that. Just plug in if you want CarPlay, unplug if you don't. As soon as you plug CarPlay in, it just takes a second for it to register.
I was too quick.
You're too quick, yeah. It just takes it a second. And then you have all of the capability that's here. Now, I have been playing with my new car, so
Yeah.
I am driving an NX, and I have found this out. So if I push my telephone button, it pops up my
your
phone
favorites and everything.
and just
Okay.
all kinds of stuff. So it has a really great integration.
Did you just push it once?
Just pushed it once, one little click.
Okay.
Nice and easy. But again, if I want to give some commands, I'm going to push and hold to get Siri.
Okay.
And I do want people to know, if you are doing the Bluetooth version and you don't like the drop down, now I am going to request that you give the drop down a try, because I think using Siri is the best way to go. But if you don't like the drop down, there is a full screen option, which is the option that we used to use, and it is the one that comes by default on our Gen 9 and earlier models that have the capability of Bluetooth texting. That's where it pops up a screen that says you have a message, and it says read or ignore. That means you have to click on it. So on a touch screen, you're touching. On a remote touch device vehicle, you would be using the touchpad. So what I prefer is doing Siri. So with the drop-down version, you can just push and hold, hands are still on the wheel. So I'm going to request that if you have the drop-down version and you're not accustomed to it, that you give it some time. because then you have also more options with what you want to do, which I love. Because I don't know about you, but I get a lot of text messages. So sometimes...
She's very popular.
I'm in high demand via text.
Yes.
So sometimes I don't have an opportunity to listen to all of the text messages while I'm driving. I need to attend to, maybe my son has texted me, so I need to attend to that sooner rather than later.
So your texts aren't like a book on tape. You just read all my texts, and it goes through them all.
And it will. I could, but how much time do I really have? So if I want that specific person, I'm going to push and hold.
Okay.
Now, again, if you're not sure which version you have, you'll know as soon as you receive a text. If you're not receiving texts, it's because the settings are not turned on your phone, and we can help you with that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So again, I hope that this has helped out, especially the customer Kathy that was inquiring about this.
Thanks, Kathy.
Yes, thanks for asking about it. I'm glad that we were able to address this. Integration with Apple CarPlay is amazing. She had another question about our nav models and the exits, which we can go over on another time. Of course, her point being, when you come up to exits, it gives you a bunch of options as far as what there is there, and maybe this is a teaser for another time.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, this is a non-navigation vehicle. Because we're doing CarPlay, you have the capability of maps through CarPlay. But if you do not have an iPhone, then I was just doing the little wave.
I saw that. That was a good wave. That was the courteous wave.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you don't have an iPhone, you still have the capability of using Scout GPS Link for turn-by-turn or map stream directions. So if you are, in your vehicle and you're not sure which version to use, call us and we'll be happy to tell you what all of your options are. But no matter what phone you have, as long as it is a compatible smartphone, you have some sort of option.
That's
possibly two. And if you have an onboard navigation, you have another option because you have built-in navigation. So we have a lot of ways to help you get where you need to go. I did discover a very cool nav feature through CarPlay that we might as well do because we're still driving. So check this out. Get directions to Starbucks.
One possibility I see is Starbucks on Interstate 45. Let me know if you want to hear the whole list.
So I don't want to hear the whole list. Remember, she used to read everything.
Right.
And so she would say, do you like that one? And then she would keep going. So now all I have to do is click on it and then I'm there. Now, if I had an address in mind, I could say get directions to, give my entire address, and she just starts your route.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Now, if you want to use Google Maps or Waze, you're going to use the microphone icon that's built into the screen because Siri is incorporated with Apple Maps because Siri and Apple Maps, they're all in the Apple family.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Melissa, for helping us through all this on our beautiful ride and drive. And she still hasn't taken her hands off the wheel.
Woohoo!
See?
That's what we want. We want you buckled up, hands on the wheel, voice texting if you have to text.
Biggest thing that we say to people all the time is that all this is at your fingertips.
That's right.
It's up for you to figure out how to use it, and we're here to help you do that. And the main part of that is that we want you to drive safely, utilize the technology.
And I'm going to move out of someone's way.
And she's going to keep driving. She's going to keep driving. My gyro arm here, trying to keep us straight. We want to make sure that you guys understand all this and incorporate it into your daily drive. Because again, all of our safety systems, all of our technology is about helping you to be a better driver, enjoy your ride better.
Absolutely.
And safely,
make
especially.
the most of your investment. We really want you to use all the buttons, bells, and whistles on your Lexus vehicles. We want to make sure that you're not afraid of them. And so that's what we're here for. So let us know if you need any help.
Again, 281-569-3300.
Yes, and
is our number here. Happy New Year.
Yeah. We're so glad to see you
every
back.
Tuesday we were just like, is this the day? No, this isn't. We kept pushing it because we kept having holidays, which we're always thankful for here.
Absolutely.
Family
Lots
company. We had the time off with our family,
Very
and we hope
grateful.
you had a great time with your family too. So
excellent.
stay tuned for next Tuesday.
See you
Thanks,
next
Kathy, for the inquiry.
Tip.
And after we're done this, we'll of course send you that video. If you have one, let us know so we can also address it as well.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good day.
Happy Tuesday.
Bye.